Hey everyone, welcome back. Our last guest is a singer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, who draws her influence from acoustic soul artists such as Leanne LaHavas and Corinne Bailey Ray. And her music is soulful with a mixture of pop and folk. And she's performed in venues across Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, New York City. And today she's here to discuss her new music. Please welcome Kiana Corley. Hey, welcome.
Hi. Thanks so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure, our pleasure. We love highlighting artists, especially during this time as we begin reopening. And although I mentioned all these wonderful places that you performed, we are always interested in discussing what the pandemic has done for you, your artistry, your creativity, and how you were able to basically present based on the circumstances.
Well, the pandemic was a lot for everybody. I think we all can say that. And definitely a lot of lows, but I think one of the highs that I got was how much time I had to write. I've never written so much. I wrote so many songs because there was nothing else for me to do, really. And there's a lot of self-reflection that I did through writing and just through just being by myself and just getting to know myself, which was really important. And it was really honestly really healing. A lot of things were really healing about it. And then I was able to make music with my friends with the songs that I'd written after we were in the green and everything. And I had so much material to work off of. So I think that's one of the ways that the pandemic actually did something good for me personally. So.
No, it's good. And it's thank you for sharing it because we have to focus on the upside of it because we've been fed so much negativity within that year of 2020 that our conversations need to be based on the other side, being on the other side. And so the upside for you is that you were able to write a lot of songs and hence actually releasing your first single at the top of 2021, right?
Yeah, I released a song called Lukewarm, which is one of the songs I wrote in quarantine. It's about that time in your life where you're with like a person for a long time and you're like, okay, things are kind of just in this weird limbo, and I wanted to write a song about that because I didn't hear of a lot of songs that talked about that feeling, and I feel like a lot of people that have been with somebody for a long time have kind of known what that's like. So
yeah. And so just recently, April 2021, you released the entire EP. So how many songs are in that EP?
5. There are 5 songs.
There are 5 songs. And so again, we opened up just sharing all the writing that you did in 2020 and now releasing your first single in January 2021, now your EP in April 2021. I understand you have another EP coming up in August of 2021. You were busy.
No, I wrote, I'm telling you, I wrote so much. In August 20th, it's actually just one song. I'm really excited for it because it sounds different from the EP I just put out. So I'm excited for that one.
Okay, I oversold you. I was like, oh, a whole nother EP in August, but it's a single. It's a single, and I understand you're titling it Rent, right? Was that okay to say that?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why did you name it Rent?
Because in this song, I just talk about a person living rent-free in my head. I'm just like, you should be paying rent, like seriously. So that's kind of why I named the song that. And then I just have a lot of things that talk about it and I kind of play off of that theme. So I wanted to name it that.
The fact that you released this music in 2021 and the fact that it was written in 2020, I say this pretty much to every artist that we have on, it's going to hold so much more value than just a regular release because of the time period in which you released it. This particular era is going to live for hundreds of years to come. So I want to acknowledge you and congratulate you on making it your business to produce during this time of hardship.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot sometimes, but for me, and I think a lot of artists feel the same way, like I kind of needed it to cope, you know, with everything, all the craziness, like not even with pandemic, just all the other stuff happening in the world around that time. I'm just like, okay, let me just go to my corner and just write it out. So it definitely was like needed for me. And again, it was a lot. Like I definitely, you know, understand that not everybody was able to work through things. And I think that everybody dealt with things, you know, 2020 in their own ways, and every way that people dealt with things was just valid, you know. But for me personally, I'm like, okay, this is how I cope. I'm just gonna work through it, write through it.
So you use writing as your form of therapy, and now creating music along with these wonderful singles and EPs. And so before we go, have you transferred over to performing in person?
Yeah, thank God.
How's that been for you?
Thank you. Yeah, I had some shows in June, because venues didn't slowly open; they just kind of opened all at once, and I was like, okay. So I played around my hometown. I have some shows in New York actually that I'm excited about, and I just kind of want to go, you know, as safely as possible, you know, like, and yeah, so I'm finally playing live again, and it's incredible. I think the first time I played live after the time that I was in, I almost cried, because I missed it so much.
I get it. I get it. Trust me, I do stage performances as well. And the first time I got on stage, I was so emotional to be in the presence of people and have that energetic exchange. Even though we're exchanging right now, it's just not the same, just relating in this box. So congrats on all that you've accomplished. We look forward to hearing more when you do come to New York. I know you're going to play, you're going to give us our own exclusive version of Lukewarm, right? So
yeah.
I want to invite you guys to don't go anywhere, because of course we got to take a quick break. But when we return, Kiana Corley is going to perform her single Lukewarm for us. So don't go anywhere.